Well, hey, y'all. Welcome to Sharpen, where no matter the candid conversation, we always end up whittling life down to what matters most. And we hope that as you hang out with us today, you will be inspired to do the same. I am Nicole Payne. This is Danielle Perry, Lynn Rue, Natara Blount. And today's topic is perseverance. First question up is, perimenopause, y'all, for me, child. Okay, I'm 42. And, you know, I think around last summer, we discovered that that's what was going on. I was noticing, I remember standing in my front room of the house, and we were going somewhere, I guess. And the boys and I were just kind of milling around trying to get our stuff together. And all of a sudden, my whole body flushed with heat. And I just stood there and dropped my stuff and was like, this. And the boys was like looking at me like, Mom, are you okay? And I was like, my whole body just got hot. And it's like, oh, okay. Kept moving around. So that was like the first hot flash ever that I remember in my life. So I don't really have those anymore, but mood swings, irritability, sometimes feeling anxious, sometimes feeling sad, and just out of, you know, it's not really attached to anything. It's just kind of like, that's how I feel. But it's been cool. It's been cool. It ain't no disease, so it's a natural occurrence.
Right.
It's where I am. I own it. I communicate about it to Quasi, definitely. It's important that I talk to him about it when I'm going through different shifts and stuff. My body's changing. I'm all for it. I don't have any problems with where I am. So my attitude is good about it. It's going all right. It's going fine. You know, it feels different, but I'm good.
So since it started early, is it going to end before, like, let's say your 50s or?
No way of knowing.
Okay.
It's different for every woman. Some women don't feel anything. Some women don't have any symptoms. Some do. You're not really able to call it if it's going to be 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years. And honestly, like my GYN, she was kind of saying like, wow, it's so early. But literature and research says it can happen as early 40s. I'm 42. So, I mean, there may be other reasons why, if it is early for me, why it started early. About 2 or 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, which is when your thyroid gland is sluggish and it doesn't produce enough of the hormone in your thyroid. So I've been on medication for that for about 3 years, and that is known as an autoimmune disease.
Everything is
Right, because don't nobody know really why stuff starts. But anyway, that could be the cause of early ovarian deficiency, which is when menopause starts. So that could be the reason why. Even if it is what it is. And I don't feel like this is something that I need to rebuke, you know. It's a natural process. And if it started early, fine. God sees it, God knows, he knew, and he's here. So I'm good.
So is Perry considered
So yeah,
perimenopause?
and that's the thing. So perimenopause is basically the time leading up to when you don't have a period for 12 years, which is then known as menopause.
Okay.
So menopause is the whole big thing. Perimenopause is just the first stage of it. Menopause is when you actually have not had a period for a year. And then postmenopause is right after that. So it's like perimenopause leading up. Oh, it's been 12 months. Menopause, quickly over. Now postmenopause.
Okay.
Yeah, I was feeling those differences.
No, I mean, because I haven't had a uterus for years. So, you know, like,
I didn't know that either.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's been snatched out a long time ago.
The whole kit and caboodle, huh?
Not the ovaries, but the uterus.
Just the kid.
Definitely, yeah.
Caboodle's still in there.
Yeah, the caboodle is still there. However,
Huh.
I mean, I'm 53, so I guess I feel like, I'm in the menopause phase because,
But haven't you had hot flashes?
I mean, I've had hot flashes, but that was due to medications that they were taking to try to, stop the flow from going as heavy as it was going and the pains that was going. So I have experienced that. But I don't think so. I mean, I have some irritability, but I can be irritable. I don't know if that's associated with anything. Right now, it's more of like it's like the breast pain, like that's continual. Like there's days where I'm like, oh, I gotta put a heating pad on.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like,
Interesting.
like you feeling
tenderness?
gorged. Like you feeling gorged.
You need
Like
to breastfeed.
yes.
Huh.
Interesting.
Sorry. Yeah.
This what we talking
it's okay.
about.
That's cool.
Yes, like they like it's engorged. Like when I was pregnant with Justin and my kids. Like,
But do they actually get bigger or
yes,
they just feel?
they feel like heavy.
Well, how you
and,
get
like,
that? So I can try.
You can pass out all the way.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
That's the worst. That's the phase of life that I'm in. Like, I don't want to wear bras. Like it's like, who made this contraption?
Right.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Moment.
Over the
So-
shoulder.
Have you been
over.
trying like more comfortable ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the underwire is.
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
not-
Like one
Yeah.
without ones without.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't have to pay a
'Cause
little penny, but it's worth it.
I don't care.
Yeah.
She don't care about having to pay money. You know, she's a little,
Well, I don't have 5
she's a
kids.
little top shelf.
I don't have 5 kids to care for.
That's true. Because you in a different season. That's right. That's right.
You know, all right. You got paid $40. Well, I don't want to,
Yeah.
but
And you can catch sales too. Sometimes they have good sales.
I'm-
Well, it depends
you
on
know,
where you shop
where you
for.
go.
I'm gonna pay that $40 because
Yeah.
I don't like this pain.
Right. Who
Absolutely.
got time for underwater?
But I'm not going 60. Yeah, I'm not doing that because that's
Have you talked to your doctor about the?
Boobs.
no. Well, the previous doctor I have, yes, I have spoken to her, and she did say, part of this is your body still trying to determine whether or not I could get pregnant or not.
Oh, par for the course.
And
All
I'm
right.
like-
Respect.
That ain't happening.
Right.
Tell the hormones it's not going to happen.
Right.
So,
Right.
But yeah, as far as that's concerned, it's like, but for the most part, for me, because I didn't have a uterus, I was pretty mellow.
Well, you had one, but it.
But when
you had a
once it
snatch.
was removed, it
Right.
was, I feel like it just mellowed. I just mellowed out.
Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't as intense as that. Once that was out, I was like, all right,
Yeah. All right.
it was free. And then, for me,
What?
frolicking was freer.
Yes.
You ain't got to wait that 1 week time. And,
Right.
all that. So it's like,
Free frolic.
let's get it on.
Snatch the kit. Free frolic.
Snatch the kid free frolic.
Who next?
I'll go. I was thinking like, not me.
Mammy.
So I have had like unexpected things happening, right? Like, you going along and you're walking and it's like, yeah, it's 1, then it's 2, then 3. It's like, no, it's 1, then it's 0.
I don't understand.
What's the numbers?
For example, like, you know how you progress, you are progressing along in
Yeah.
life and you have these unexpected things that are happening where you're expecting, okay, I'm at step 1 and then I'm going to progress to step 2, right? But it's like, oh, no, you're at step 1 and then you're going to go back to 0.
Oh.
Okay.
Then it's
Kind of like
like,
you take, what's that saying?
you take one step forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah.
That was a song.
We come together because
Right.
opposites attract.
And you know.
Oh. Stay focused, guys. So that's where I am, and it's like I don't like it. I don't like it because I don't like the unexpectedness of life. I just don't. it's not my favorite place to be. Let me just say that. And then you all know, sometimes I'll say, God, okay, I ain't liking this methodology here, Father.
You use it to bring about your glory.
I don't like it to bring about your glory. Like, why? Like, why do we have to do that? And I'll be transparent with one thing. So, we go on a fast. Well, two things. We go on a fast. Pastor Lawrence says, find one or two things to, you want to give up, or you could take this one. Like, I went the extra mile. I not only went on the 16, I did the 16-hour, but I also gave up sugars.
You did the extra mile.
I went the extra mile. Like, okay, I'm gonna give up sugar because this is an area of my life that really needs to be broken. The next thing I know, I got Bell's palsy. What? Lord. I gave up sugars too. I'm like, not only did I fast, I gave up sugars. And y'all know me. Y'all know sugar is my thing. How you get Bell's palsy? You going through, I'm in class. I'm doing my class. And I'm like on top of it. Because last semester, y'all know, I wasn't the best student. So come on. Let's not be a funky student this year. Like, let's get it together.
Yeah.
And then I get an F in my class. What?
In the whole class or like an assignment?
The whole class.
I didn't know that. What happened? You were doing what you were
Exactly. What happened? What happened?
Did you ask the professor?
I did. I asked the professor. He said he couldn't get one of my assignments to open.
Okay.
I didn't know that. And I'm like, okay, if we get it to open.
I never seen Danny make that face.
If we get it
That's
to
just a Myra
open,
face.
can we fix it?
Okay.
It's nothing I
Right.
can do about it. So
Did he read?
now,
Let me
now I'm
because
in
now
a
I got
waiting
questions.
phase.
Now
Now I'm in a waiting phase. I am. I'm in a
don't
waiting
understand
phase.
that.
We
Right.
looked.
Because did he reach out when he couldn't open it?
I
Right.
said,
Just
did
supposed
you
to know.
reach
That's what I'm
out?
saying.
I didn't know. We
Right.
did. We went back and forth with that.
Okay.
We did. And I said, I didn't get your, I'm not saying you didn't, but I didn't get your communication. Can we try to resolve it? Like, I'll open it for you, sir. I need this. I need to move on to my internship.
Yeah.
I had to go. I had to,
What are you laughing at?
I had to email. So I had to email the department, submit it, and I'm in a waiting phase now.
Because of the one paper.
One paper.
That must have been
was
very weighty.
15 points.
Okay.
Out of
Wait, you said
20.
15. Right.
It was worth 15 points.
out of
what?
What's the whole class like? Awesome.
100. So
okay.
So it was like the final project.
Were your other papers like mid?
Mid. I was doing mid.
Because if you were like way up there and you got
So
that,
it was you were at around a C
C
average.
maybe.
C average,
Okay.
B, C average.
Okay.
I was, okay.
Right. Okay.
Now last year, that was the grace of God.
Right, because what you
nothing
get
but-
what did you get?
Got an A.
Let's
Got
get
an
'em.
A last year.
Did you have a different teacher too?
I did.
Because sometimes
I did. I had a different teacher, but I got an A, and I knew it was the grace of God. But this year, I am putting effort.
Come on.
Like, I'm like, all right, don't be stink.
Right.
but you got Professor Rigid.
Let's
year.
let's do your work.
Last
Let's
year
stay
you
on
had
top of it.
teacher, I don't
and
care.
I finished the class. I did my work and posted it. The last day, it was like, okay, you have till this day. I was like, no, I'm gonna stay up. I fell asleep, stayed up. All of these other things, like, oh, come on. Submitted my work. I was like, yes, all right, good. I'm telling PK, yes, I just submitted my information.
That's right.
Everything is gonna be good. I'm on to my internship. Check your grades.
Oh, this for admin.
0. Yes.
Okay.
0. Lord.
0.
Wait, so what you
0
persevering
for the whole
through?
class?
No, it was 0 for the grade. It was a 0 for the
Going-
grade.
Class?
Unexpected turns.
Oh,
in
yeah.
life. This is one example.
Help us,
This
Lord.
is the second example of the two. The first one she went
Stay focused. What is happening?
Above
That's
and
how I
beyond
feel. I'm
all this.
persevering through this mountain.
right. What is,
I'm listening. I was just like, wait, where did it start? Go ahead. Yep, that's right.
So I got a 0 on I love you guys. I got a 0 on the assignment, which brought my grade to a 58.
And you just needed 2 more points so you can have a D.
No, I actually need a
She's
C.
a jerk.
I need a C. So I'm like, what?
Oh, so you-
I need a C in this.
But he didn't see it.
Right.
Can't you send it in another way? Like,
I
this
did.
is what I'm, oh, okay.
So I did all of that, and that's
And
what I'm
then-
saying. I'm in the waiting.
waiting.
Oh, because he
Hear
has to
back.
read it.
He has to
now.
read it, and I'm just like, God.
Maybe he'll like what you did. Was it quality?
It was.
Okay, maybe he'll like it.
God, I'm not being stank. Now, if I was being ratchet, okay. But Lord, I'm not being stank. I'm just not. I'm not being ratchet. My heart is lining up with you. Like if I'm off, I'm like, Lord, fix my heart.
And you were striving to make the best of your time.
Yes. So I'm like, God, okay. No, go back to 0. Okay, 1, 2. No, go back to 0.
Yeah.
Like, Lord. All
Good.
right.
I mean, that's often where I really think that God has to keep us. And it comes out in different ways. But if he just lets us succeed, then we're going to start to feel ourselves and
Yes,
forget
true.
him
That's
really
true.
quickly.
True.
That's all throughout
true.
scripture. That's
Absolutely.
true. So,
Absolutely. So
yeah.
I'm like,
But I
all
know
right, Lord.
it still doesn't feel, it feels crappy.
Like, all right, Lord. Yeah. Here we are.
Well, I've been persevering through like just trying to find my footing in different relationships in my life. So with my mom or with my husband, even with my kids, just trying to make sure that I'm in the right space because relationships are seasonal and you can't always keep functioning the same way in the same relationship all the time. Things shift, and feeling like I'm losing my grip on things or that I'm not doing it right or I'm not giving everything that I have and then just feeling insufficient as a mother, as very important relationships, as a wife, as a mother, depends as a teacher, and just trying to find the right balance to what I'm doing to where, like I was telling my husband about a decision I was thinking about, and I was like, but it can't just be right for that person. It needs to be right for the kids, it needs to be right for you, and it needs to be right for me too.
Yeah.
And then, trying to figure out what's best for everyone. It gets hard when, like, it's different when your friendships are challenged because you don't live with those people.
Right.
They go home, you go home, you be like, all right, I see you, whatever. And it's okay. But people you see every day, people you interact with all the time, and people you're responsible for. I mean, I know Montague is my covering, but I also feel like I'm responsible for him. I am his helpmeet.
Yep.
I am supposed to be able to build him up and to help him see who he is.
Yes.
I feel like that's a part of my duty as his wife.
Right.
And I just don't feel like I'm always in that space. And with my kids, I mean, y'all know the responsibility a mother typically feels over her children. And when I see them having challenges that I don't know if I can necessarily, like, come with the tissue, Jared.
Attitude and the clap, yo. Aw.
Thank you. I don't know if I can necessarily, like, help them. They have to go through stuff, though.
Yep.
To grow. They have to. But, you want them to be the best version of themselves. And to know that they're better than what they're doing sometimes.
Yep.
So that they can not label themselves down here, even though they're functioning down here, or even though they're feeling down here, so that they can just see what you see, or see what God sees, or at least it's hard to see what God sees, though. Y'all know, we all know that it's hard as an adult to see what God sees, but at least to see some portion of it, or to believe it when you hear it. So just being in the right space for them, for my mother too. But then also making sure I don't forget about myself.
Yep. Yep.
It's a really tricky, it's tricky to navigate it the right way without feeling like Zamira told me about this thing called it's not real, but I think somebody made up the word. What's the word? Pre-annoyed.
Hey!
Y'all familiar with that?
I can only
somebody
imagine,
walking up
though,
to you and you're like, oh God.
before they even say anything.
Yes.
Okay.
Or the call. Why is she calling me?
Yeah.
Hello.
Pre-annoyed.
Or you see a student walking up to you like, he done talked to me 3 times. Sit down, raise your hand. Sit down, raise your hand. Sit down, because I don't want to. I'm not even here for it. I've been in that space a lot too, but with them, just like
The kids.
yes. And then I feel so selfish. I feel really selfish sometimes.
Because you feel that way?
Yes. And I'm trying to just be the
Wait a minute, but are they annoying you?
yeah, girl. But they're going like. I mean, you've raised teenagers, and I have 12, 13, 16. So it's different stages. Like Gideon thinks he's a teenager. Josh is, and Samira's 16. So y'all, those are like some tricky spots, and they're all in a tricky spot right now. So Gideon is flexing like, y'all don't tell me what to do. Like he's like, Joshua, you always trying to run my life, bro. Like you don't need to tell me to brush my teeth. I got it. Meanwhile, it's 3 PM. Sorry, Gideon, but like, bro, you ain't brush your teeth yet.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead. I know you ain't had school today, but
Yes.
so he's always bucking at Josh, and then they say mean things about they'll pull out each other's flaws and be like, at least mommy and daddy can trust me because I don't be lying. And then be like, bro, stop bringing what you talking about. I said sorry about that already. Like, wait. So they're always at it. But Gideon is really just like, y'all, he's the youngest. So, but he's like, I'll even watch how he walks. He walks with his head like up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a baby no more. Y'all stop treating me like I don't know nothing. Stop acting like when I talk, it don't matter. Like, so trying to help Gideon walk through that, but then he can be extra and obnoxious and he can be mean. So then trying to correct that, but also letting him kind of spread his wings
Right.
and make a space for himself.
Yeah.
Trying to find a balance. Sometimes I'd be like, yo, you about to go sit on the porch, bro. Like, that's my version of kicking you out. I'm about to go say one more thing to me. Because it's not just on Josh. He'll try it with anybody.
Yeah.
Even his 30 years older than him twin. He will try it with Montague. And you'll be looking like, all right, you better settle. You better settle because you scar easily.
Yeah.
You better watch it.
Yes. Yes.
And then Josh, he's in a space where he just challenges everything, even when he's wrong. And you're just like, Josh, no, like, but you can't do that. There's a consequence.
Yeah.
He's like, but he really feels like he's right when he's not. And he will try to go toe to toe with you. And then you got to shut him down. And then it's a whole, ooh. I'm sorry.
It was smooth, it was smooth though. You caught it, and then you said that, like, you already fixed it.
This ain't cheap. But anyway, sorry, Jared. Just try with these children, and then we just get mad sometimes, and you just don't want to hear it, so you dismiss them, like, just go. We can't do this right now.
Can't do it now.
But then I feel guilty about that. Right. And then Zamira, and just trying to find her space, and just with certain things, I'm trying not to tiptoe around her about things because I know how it is to be a 16-year-old girl. I want her to feel good about herself. I want her to do things that she enjoys, but I also want her to remember boundaries. Zamira's a little tougher. It's harder for me to discipline Zamira because I almost always don't want to because I don't want to hurt her feelings. The boys, it's a little different. I know they have feelings. I just feel like Zamira's a little in a stage of her life where she's more sensitive. and I don't want her to go off to herself. So I eggshell with her sometimes, and I feel like I just need to not do that. And then with Montague, I'm also just like,
Yeah.
sometimes just like, hey, I'm fine. No, I'm good. I'm fine. Like, I want us to be, like, I want to be near him. It reminds me of the cat. I always say, like, me and the cat in my house are similar. Like, she wants to be near you, but when you touch her, she be looking like,
Why you touching
I just
me?
wanted to sit right here.
Yeah.
Like, don't be
Yeah.
I want to be where y'all are, but I don't want to be bothered per se.
Yeah.
And I always look like, nah, me and you, girl. That's how we be funky. We funky like that.
Yeah.
It's not nice because I'm his wife. So I feel like I should be available in all senses, in all ways. I feel like I should be available.
Please forgive me.
Yeah. But I just feel like,
Wait.
I feel like I should be available more often.
I was like,
Oh.
Whenever we talk and whenever we talk about, like, what could I do more of, or he feels like he feels like he wishes I were softer. And sometimes I'm not soft. And I still feel like it's a coping mechanism. I still feel like it's just some ways it's still immature of me. So all that. And then my mom, like,
yes. Well, being a caregiver is a lot.
but she doesn't need care really. Like she doesn't need care. I mean, she needs to be there, I feel like. Then sometimes I don't know. I'm not sure. But just trying to
She needs to be where? In your home.
In our home.
Okay.
Yeah. But I try to not function off of how things were when we were smaller, when I was a girl.
Yeah.
As an adult, and I can be closed off. And not unapproachable, but just like, we're not gonna do this for long. How you doing? I'm good. How's your day? Yeah, okay. Now I'm leaving. Like, I don't linger. And I can tell that is not. I think she just is like, oh, that's just how it is, because that's how I am. But I also feel like it doesn't always make her feel good. But I'm not there.
When you're not there, I feel like when you, and I didn't mean to cut you off. If you're not there, you're not there. But in persevering, if you want to be there, then you ask God to deal with your heart on how to get there. I wasn't there with my father. And in certain relationships, you're just not there, but you can get there. You can. I just feel like it's okay. What's important at this moment for you in every aspect of in every relationship? Which one is, what do you want to work on? Because it can be overwhelming when you like, okay, I got this, I got that, I got this, okay, that's deficient, this is deficient. And you want to try to fix everything, but you're only one person.
Right.
And you still have the things that you have to deal with as well. So I think with your kids, they're still navigating themselves too. The going back and forth, what I've learned in that is we as parents have to allow our children, even Sister Christy told me this, that you have to allow your children to kind of navigate their own relationship as siblings.
Okay.
We don't always have to jump in to correct something that we perceive is not the way they should talk to one another or the way they should interact. Like Christian and Sydney, all of them actually, they can say things to one another, and I'm like, you guys are so there. And my kids are in their 20s. You guys are so mean to one another. Like, why are you saying that? Why did you say that to your sister? Why did you say that to your brother? And they always say to me, Ma, you act like I really hurt their feelings. And most of the time, they're laughing at one another at what they're saying. Like, me and my siblings don't talk to each other like that. But that's their relationship. And I think if we continually jump in, then we don't give them the ability to resolve conflict. Like, they should not be in there tearing each other down and, you know, being just blatantly rude and going at each other where they're fist fighting. But if there's some conversation amongst them, even if it can be rough, they still have to learn how to navigate that.
Okay.
And as far as the other relationships, what do you want to work on with that? Like, if you want to be softer, okay, God, show me how to be a little softer. You know, I would like to maybe linger 5 more minutes with Mom. Help me linger. I know that, you know, there was a time with my father, like, I really had to ask God, okay, God, I need you to work on it, because for me, I kept saying, look, it is what it is.
That's where I am.
That's what it, look, it is what it is. But I did want, you know, and for me, my dad was really sick. You know, I wanted to have a little better relationship with him. It wasn't like, okay, I drove 3 hours. Okay, you good? You good? Okay, it's 20 minutes. All right, I'm out. I mean, literally, that's how it was. Okay, I'm going to see my father. I remember for PK's birthday, I just really wanted him to, you know, have salvation. That was what it was. I drove 3 hours to sit 20 minutes. And I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta go. And I rode back down the road to make sure I was at her birthday party. She would have understood if I wasn't there, but that's just how our relationship was. And after that, it was, okay, I wanted to be a little better. The next time I spent an hour. You know? But still, yeah. And I think you got to stop pouring so much on you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, to whom much is given.
Yes.
I'm a
Much is-
mom. I'm a
are.
wife. I'm a daughter. I am those things. So I want to do them well.
Yes.
I just don't always, right now, I don't feel like I'm doing well with any of it.
Yes.
So then, you feel like you're just failing everywhere.
Yes.
And these are very important, you know. I don't want to fail as a mom or a wife, you know. So that's just, you know, that's where I am. To answer the question. And right now, how's it going? Just day to day, each day. Trying to start it right.
Yeah.
That's how it's going.
To stay connected with us, check the show notes for the
Hold
direct
on.
links to all the platforms where this podcast is available, or keep watching right here on YouTube. And if this podcast helps to build you up in any way and you want others to benefit too, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, as this helps to get the word out. This podcast is also a part of the juhstbee brand, which you can follow via the links in the show notes as well. There's merch and all there, y'all, including my book, Just Be Child, which can be purchased on Amazon. Thank y'all so much for being with us today at Sharpen, where no matter the candid conversation, we always end up whittling life down to what matters most. And we hope that as you hung out with us today, you were inspired to do the same. See y'all next time.
You could say amen.
I said amen. I said
like she
amen.
did.
Yeah, I did.
She did. It was just the
I was just,
tone.
and I